Mam chayo vyabhicharena bhakti yogena sevate saguna samatityaitan brahma bhuyaya kalpate. Mam chayo vyabhicharena bhakti yogena sevate saguna samatityaitan brahma bhuyaya kalpate. Mam chayo vyabhicharena bhakti yogena sevate saguna samatityaitan brahma bhuyaya kalpate. Mataji. Mam chayo vyabhicharena bhakti yogena sevate saguna samatityaitan brahma bhuyaya kalpate. Mam, unto me, cha, also, ya, a person who, avyabhicharena, without fail, bhakti yogena, by devotional service, sevate, renders service, sa, he, gunan, the modes of material nature, samatitya, transcendenting, etan, all this, brahma bhuyaya, elevated to the Brahman platform, kalpate, becomes. Translation and purport by A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. One who engaged in full devotional service, unfalling in all circumstances, at once transcends the modes of material nature and thus comes to the level of Brahman. Okay, before I read purport, I have a question to you. Usually, audience has question to the to the devotee who is giving lecture, but I have a question to you on the beginning. My question is, why Krishna said on the beginning of this chapter that I shall declare to you this supreme wisdom, the best of all knowledge, knowing which all the sages have attained the supreme perfection. Because looks like this chapter is not about bhakti yoga, and Krishna said the supreme wisdom. Some suggestion why Krishna used this statement, supreme wisdom? Because there's nothing above? Yeah, can be answer like this. Okay. Yeah, because we are under influence of three modes of material nature. It means three modes of material nature are close to us than bhakti yoga on the high level. Therefore, from this perspective, this is more important for us. Because first we should cross 3 modes of material nature, then will be higher stage of bhakti yoga. Yeah, and can also be understanding that Krishna wants to, on the beginning of every chapter, he declaring that there will be special knowledge and so on. And on the beginning of this chapter, he also, how to say, make advertisement what will be in this chapter. And in this first verse is also Palushruti. Somebody know what is Palushruti? It means what will be result for studying this chapter. All sages attain supreme perfection by studying this knowledge about 3 modes of material nature. Yeah, and now we are going to the conclusion. It means this verse, today's verse, and next verse also, some kind of conclusion. Okay, purport. This verse is a reply to Arjuna's third question. What is the means of attaining to the transcendental position? As explained before, the material world is acting under the spell of modes of material nature. One should not be disturbed by the activities of the modes of nature. Instead of putting this consciousness into such activities, he may transfer his consciousness to Krishna activities. Krishna activities are known as bhakti yoga, always acting for Krishna. And this is a good side for us, because somebody say, oh, we are not worship here Krishna, we are worship Lord Nrsimhadev. Maybe we miss something. But Prabhupada explained, this includes not only Krishna, but his different plenary expansions, such as Rama and Narayana. It means also Lord Nrsimhadev. He has innumerable expansions. One who is engaged in the service of any of the forms of Krishna or of his plenary expansions is considered to be transcendentally situated. Yeah, there is so many avatars of Krishna, and is for example, for me it was amazing that devotees can have relationship with so many forms of Krishna. It depends of his desires, his mood, and so on. One should also note that all the forms of Krishna are full, transcendental, blissful, full of knowledge and eternal. Sat, Chit, Ananda in Sanskrit. Such personalities of Godhead are omnipotent and omniscient, and they possess all transcendental qualities. Yeah, Prabhupada explained here transcendental qualities because we discuss here 3 modes of material nature. It means material qualities, and here Prabhupada explained that actually if somebody worship a form of the Lord, it means he is connected with transcendental qualities. Actually this verse is about it. So, if one engage himself in the service of Krishna or his plenary expansions with unfailing determination, although these modes of material nature are very difficult to overcome, one can overcome them easily. This has already been explained in 7th chapter. Somebody know which verse? Okay, I would like to go to this verse because actually it's very similar to this today verse, but stress is focused for a little bit different. Somebody know Sanskrit, this verse? Devi hi esha, mama maya, mayam etam tarantite. Yeah, it's nice to learn verses because by this way we have Bhagavad Gita in the heart. And it's also very good for, I remember sometimes some guest coming, some discussion, and I would like be authorized and do some statement from Bhagavad Gita, and very often, this verse, but I forgot. It's good inspiration for preaching, for teaching, to learn verses. This divine energy of mind, constituting of the three modes of material nature, is difficult to overcome, but these who have surrendered unto me can easily cross beyond it. Yeah, it's very similar verse. In 7th chapter, Krishna explained his energy, that he has different energies and so on. And he explained that this is external energy, this is internal energy, but all these energies are my energies. And yeah, somebody can say, yes, if I'm energy of Krishna and I'm also spiritual like Krishna, what I'm doing here in this material world? Why I'm by influence of three modes of material nature? But we are spiritual, but we are very, very small. This is nature of Jiva. It means Jiva has tendency to be under some energy, spiritual or material energy. But it's only covering. It means we are always Satchitananda, but now we are covered, like Prabhupada sometimes explained that bulb is always as white light, but when we cover for red, it looks like red. Covered by blue, looks like blue. Therefore, these three modes of material nature, they are like covering this original bulb. Prabhupada explained that therefore living entity can be named Nityabadha. It means always contaminated, always bound by three modes of material nature. But Prabhupada explained that this is, it means we cannot, Prabhupada very expertly say this, no one can trace out the history of his becoming conditioned at a certain date in material history. It means it is beginning from spiritual. kingdom. But okay, I will not go to this topic. It means we are very, very long here in this material world. And also it means that it's very difficult to overcome these three modes of material nature. Some people, they are so powerful, they're very famous, very rich, very beautiful, and so on and so on. But they cannot, by their own endeavor, overcome these three modes of material nature. They need help. And Prabhupada explained that one of the meaning of word guna means rope. If we have bound hands and legs, what we can do? We cannot do anything. We need help from outside. And what is the help of the outside? Somebody must help us. Who is this person? Yeah, somebody who is not bound by material nature, means spiritual master. Prabhupada explained this in this purport. It means, by mercy of Guru Krishna Prasadepaya Bhakti Lata Beach. By the mercy of Guru and Krishna, we can get this seeds of bhakti, Bhakti Lata. Yes. Yeah, and also in purport, Prabhupada explained that the word Mam Eva are also significant. Mam means unto Krishna. Krishna or Vishnu only, and not Brahma or Shiva. If you go to India, you can see that Indians, they worship so many devatas, so many demigods, because they want be healthy, they want be rich, and so on. Therefore, they doing so many activities to worship them. But by these activities, they cannot overcome three modes of material nature. Therefore, Krishna said, Mam Eva, only by me. It means only when we satisfy the Supreme Personality of Godhead, we can be free from three modes of material nature. Okay, back to our purport, or today's verse. One who surrenders unto Krishna at once surmounts the influence of the modes of material nature. In the beginning, to be in Krishna consciousness or in devotional service means to acquire equality with Krishna. Yeah, now can be some controversy. Prabhupada constantly in his purport explained that we are living entity, we are different from Krishna. And here Prabhupada said that devotional service means to acquire equality with Krishna. The Lord says that his nature is eternal, blissful, and full of knowledge. And the living entities are part and parcel of the Supreme. As gold particles are part of the gold mine. Thus, the living entity in his spiritual position is as good as gold, as good as Krishna in quality. Yeah, Prabhupada explained this, in quality. It means If we are engaged in devotional service, we are not doing activity in the three modes of material nature. It means we are doing activity beyond three modes of material nature. It means these activities are spiritual. It means they are on the level of Brahman, like Prabhupada say on this, like Krishna say on this verse. But Prabhupada explained on the platform of Brahman. Prabhupada not say that we merge in the Brahman, but we are on the same level like Brahman. This is very important. And Prabhupada explain again, very often Prabhupada explain, the difference of individuality conscious continues, otherwise there would be no question of bhakti yoga. Yeah, because some Mayavadi can interpret this verse that, when I engage in bhakti yoga, I attain Brahman. This is what I'm looking for. Therefore, very often, different schools of Mayavada, they doing the same activity like devotee. They chanting, they worship deity. One time, my spiritual master say some story. He was in Jagannath Puri, and in Jagannath Puri, some Mayavadi ashram. And Maharaj said, okay, I will go. I will see what they are doing there. And on this time was lecture. Lecture was in Hindi. And Maharaj said, I a little bit understand. And I recognize that they talk about Govardhan Lila from Srimad Bhagavatam. Yeah. It means sometimes it's not so easy to recognize that they are Mayavadi, because they engage in activities of bhakti yoga, but their goal is Brahman. They want merge in Brahman. Yeah. But Prabhupada here is strong statement that actually we are always individuality. Otherwise, bhakti yoga means this sharing relationship between living entity and God with no meaning. And bhakti yoga means the Lord is there, the devotee is there, and the activity of exchange of love between the Lord and the devotee is there. Yeah, there's three things. Yeah. Therefore, the individuality of two persons is present in the Supreme Personality of Godhead and the individual person. Otherwise, there would be no meaning to bhakti yoga. If one is not situated in the same transcendental position with the Lord, one cannot serve the Lord, the Supreme Lord. Yeah, this is important point. That our devotional activities are transcendental. Prabhupada very often say this. It means they are on the same level like the Lord. Otherwise, they are not going to the Lord. How to explain it? We must be on the same level like the Lord, then these activities are on the same level. It means we should be free from three modes of material nature. And then our activities are on the level of the Lord. And Prabhupada is giving example. To be a personal assistant to a king, one must acquire the qualifications. Yeah. It's not that everybody can be assistant of the king. Must be some special quality. And also devotee has special quality, and devotees can worship the Lord. Thus the qualification is to become Brahman, or free from all material contaminations. It is said in the Vedic literature, Brahmaiva san Brahmapi eti, one can attain the supreme Brahman by becoming Brahman. This means that one must qualitatively become one with Brahman. By attainment of Brahman, one does not lose his eternal Brahman identity as an individual soul. Okay, this is end of purport. Okay, maybe some question, comments. Yes?
Thank you very much, Prabhu. You mentioned in the seventh chapter, and a question regarding the beginning. In the beginning, last verse 5, it says, material nature consists of three modes: goodness, passion, and ignorance. When the living entity comes into contact with nature, it becomes conditioned by these modes. So does it mean that Krishna does not come in contact with modes and material nature, because it does not become conditioned, because it does not come in contact with them. And my question regarding this is that it means any living entity except Krishna that comes into the material world, comes in contact with modes and therefore becomes conditioned. Average entity, or are there also exceptions apart from Krishna?
Yeah, of course. Every condition living soul, they're covered by these three modes of material nature. But we know that in this material world, also coming avatars, coming devotees, sending by the Lord to this material world to help living entity to again start devotional service. Yeah. But yeah, generally, yes. Because this material world is for this kind of living entity. They want to enjoy separately from Krishna, and this material world, they try to do this again and again. One time, it was not long ago, I was in Wrocław temple and Manidhar Prabhu was there, and we are talking a little bit, and he told me one story. In Stockholm, they have a restaurant and they have huge aquarium with fish. And Manidhar was sitting and was looking for these fishes. How it is that they are looks happy? They have so much not enough space for living, but they looks happy. And one devotee explained Manidhar, you know why? Because fishes, they have so short memory that when they start from one part of aquarium and going to the end, they forgot about it. Wow. Yeah. And this is also our position in this material world. Yeah? We again try to enjoy, even we know that we will be failure. Yeah, this is our aquarium. You're welcome.
Second question.
Okay.
Because at the very beginning, you mentioned that I don't exactly remember how you
Palu Shruti?
pardon?
Pala Shruti? This? Do you want this? No.
This with the Supreme Lord Krishna, and then also his plenary expansions.
Mm-hmm.
And it is stated in the like Rama and Narayan, but then you said actually just today we were talking because my signature to this is coming and we were reading the seventh canto and we were talking about the special position of Narasimha Devi, also in relation to the expansions of Krishna. And some devotees they explain or they say that Narasimha Devi is special because Narasimha Devi is actually not like an expansion like a Vishnu, but from Krishna is directly Krishna.
This is in Srimad Bhagavatam?
No. We were reading Srimad Bhagavad when we came to this topic.
Mm-hmm.
And it's sometimes devotees explain it because also Prahlad Maharaj is this prayer is coming from Prahlad Maharaj Gokamanda. When offering prasadam, Gokamanda, Gokamanda, Chasada, Krishna, Govinda, and Namo. Is it true that this is coming from Prahlad Maharaj?
Yeah, I heard about it, but I don't know source.
He is also worshipping actually what is referring to Govinda. And so therefore Narasimha is directly Govinda, Krishna. He's not like a Vishnu or Narayan. So he's directly Krishna, therefore he's very special. Did you also hear something like that? And can you maybe explain?
Yeah, I heard many stories, but devotees say many stories, but sometimes they're not directly in Srimad Bhagavatam, and therefore I don't want to, Yeah, for us, Srimad Bhagavatam is the most important Purana, this source of all knowledge. Of course, position of Narasimha is very, very important, because many chapters in Srimad Bhagavatam is about Prahlad and Lord Nrsimhadev. Therefore, this is very important, story for us, and we can learn a lot from this story. I never studied this topic, therefore I don't want to go on this. Maybe this is good question for our guests on during festival. Okay, yes. Yeah. Yes. This an 18th chapter here. What is this verse? That's somebody. Brahmabhuta prasanatma na shochachi na takshati sama sarveshu bhuteshu mad bhaktim labhate param. This 18th chapter. This verse is mentioned that if somebody is on this level of Brahma Bhuta, this level of Brahman, na shochati na kankshati, he is not hankering and not, I forgot English word for this. Yeah, lamenting. And na shochati na kankshati, sama sarveshu bhuteshu, this person is seeing every living entity on the same level. Mad bhaktim labhate param. And this person who is on this level, he is performing bhakti. I think this verse explains this answer for your question. You can go to 18th chapter and you can read verses before, because these verses before explain qualities of this person. Yeah, this is process. This is not that we are coming to Krishna conscious and we are immediately holy. Usually needs some time, but according to our being in this material world, billions of years, this is nothing. one life is nothing. Yeah. And we can see this working. We can see Prabhupada disciples. Many of them, they're hippies, they're doing very crazy things. And now they're so elevated souls. It means this process is working. For somebody needs more time, somebody less. But if somebody is constantly engaging in spiritual activity for the Lord, then it's very quickly. Depends of our determination. Prabhupada sometimes mentioned it. Depends of our eagerness, our determination. Even a shloka like this. I forgot. Anyway. This shloka that is... No. This is not from Bhagavad. Okay. No. About eagerness. Anyway, this is not important now. Okay. Last question, because it's quite late. I don't want to disturb you.
You mentioned this verse, Brahma is permitted from Kona Bhagavad Shiva, Guru Krishna Prasad.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What is given? What is given through the mercy of Guru Krishna?
Yeah, as I understand, we can explain this from, from our point of view. Because we like a devotee, we know that whatever we attain in bhakti, yoga, is mercy of the devotee. We cannot attain this by our endeavor. But from other point of view, we know that Nitya Siddha, Krishna Prema, Sadhya Kabunoi, Sharavanadi, Shuddhajite, Karaye Udoi. This Nitya, this Prema for Krishna is always in our heart. And yeah, therefore we can say like this. There's no contradiction, in my opinion, in this. Because we have not experienced this, that we are eternal servant of Krishna, but we have experience of mercy of Krishna and devotee. Therefore we can say that we get bhakti from the devotee. But actually this is some kind of wake-upping us, you know, what we are doing now. By yes, we are on the process of wake up. Yeah. Jiv Jago, Gaura Chandra Bole. Okay, thank you very much. Hare Krishna, Shla Prabhupada Ki Jai, Gaura Permanande. Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai.